I'd like to welcome you back to the Linguistic Landscape and Autoethnography of Place course. This is our 8th workshop, and in this workshop we're going to finalize the autoethnography of place. So, as you can see, at this stage you should have written a full draft of your autoethnography, and now we should be at the stage in which we are finalizing your work. So really, at this point, we're in question 1. I mean, you should be able to answer the question, what characterized my experience of being in whatever place you've chosen. You should be using autoethnographic data and linguistic landscape data. You should have a full draft. You should have a sense of what it means. The problem always with an autoethnography is we're so much in our own heads that we might not be able to see what we're saying. So it's always useful to have someone to work with, and that's really the way we're going to work today. So just quickly, as I said in my last video, these are the sections that you want in your autoethnography of place: an introduction, discursive context, research question, method, autoethnographic vignettes, linguistic landscape analysis, reflection, and postscript. Now, you're going to be working with a partner, and it's worthwhile having a sense of the criteria. How do we evaluate an autoethnography of place? So these are some basic issues that are worth thinking about. First off, worthy choice of site. Is it compelling? Is there a compelling reason to do an autoethnography at this site? Now, compelling doesn't mean of social significance, of historical significance. It means that you can explain to me why I should be reading this. It can be a very personal reading, a personal reason for this. But you do need to explain, and for your reader to know that this is a worthy choice of site. Then there's just basic issues of quality. Quality of the linguistic landscape analysis. Is the photographic evidence sufficient? Have you done the analysis properly? Are you describing the site? Are you giving us the discursive context? And then the quality of the autoethnographic part. Do we have a sense of the experiences? Do I experience them? Can I see them? Do I understand the emotions? Do I have sensory images? Do I understand how discourse shaped these experiences? And now we get to the real, what I consider to be the heart of an autoethnography. First off, complexity. Do I get a sense of the rich, complex understanding of the place and you as a writer in that place? Do we get that layering that we've spoken about so many times? Do I get that interaction between you and society, community, history, discourse? Do I get this sense of how this place has interacted with you, how you feel in this place? And this level of complexity of place is, I think, what we're trying to get at. And then there's the resonance. Does the autoethnography move you as a reader? Does it give you some insight into the writer and the place that is studied? Always in an autoethnography, the outcome should be that you have an insight as a writer and I have an insight as a reader, that we get some sense of the feelings, the emotions, the grounding in this particular place. Now, to do this, I want you to work with a partner. I want you to find someone who you trust, someone who you can have an honest conversation with. You should share with them the overall design structure of a paper of this type. You should share with them the evaluation criteria. And then I get them to read your paper, give them some time. They can read with you present and answer questions, but let them read. And then ask them to give you impressions, areas which can be fine-tuned, and get them to sort of respond to each of the criteria. There's no point in doing this if they're not going to be honest and if you're not going to be honest. So don't be defensive in your response. Your partner's trying to help you. Pay attention and take notes. Now that you've got some feedback, you know the criteria, please revise your autoethnography and write a second and final draft of the study. And with that, I'd like to thank you for listening to me throughout these videos, and I very much hope that you now have, or will have when you finish this workshop, a full autoethnography of place. I cannot think of a more important thing to do at this particular moment in time than thinking about how we are situated in the places that are meaningful to us. I hope this has been enjoyable for you, and I look forward to seeing you in one of my other online courses.